I have 47 coffee cups lined up on my kitchen counter like evidence in a case I'm building against myself. 47 cups with her number written in Sharpie on the side, each one with a different little message. Hey, stranger. Still here? Third time this week? You know you want to text me. Cup number 47 just says please, with a little heart. I've been coming to Moonbeam Coffee every single day for 3 months, ordering the same oat milk latte, getting the same flirty smile from the same gorgeous barista, and walking out without doing anything about it. 47 times. Until today, when I finally sat in my car, stared at that please, and thought, what am I so afraid of? I pulled out my phone, typed in the number I'd memorized weeks ago, and sent, "Hi, I'm the disaster lesbian who's been collecting your coffee cups like trophies. Want to grab coffee sometime? Somewhere that's not your workplace?" Before we dive into how I went from emotionally constipated coffee customer to actually texting the girl, drop a comment telling me what city you're watching from, and please subscribe to help this channel grow. This is a story about fear, flirting, and finally getting brave enough to take a chance. My name is Sam Walsh, I'm 28, and I am what my therapist calls romantically avoidant with a side of catastrophic overthinking. What that means in practice is that I'm great at crushing on people from a safe distance and terrible at doing anything about it. I've spent most of my 20s watching potential relationships dissolve before they even start, because I convince myself that anyone showing interest must be joking, or will eventually realize I'm too anxious and awkward and leave. 3 months ago, I moved to Portland for a new job in software development. New city, fresh start, all the usual optimistic nonsense. I'd promised myself I'd be more open, more present, more willing to take risks. Then I walked into Moonbeam Coffee on my first morning and saw her, and all my courage evaporated. Her name tag said, Jade. She had dark skin, natural hair in twists pulled back with a colorful scarf, warm brown eyes, and this smile that felt like sunshine. She wore the cafe's uniform, black apron over a vintage band tee, and had about 6 different rings on her fingers and small hoops in her ears. When I ordered my latte, fumbling with my card because I was so busy not staring at her, she said, "First time here? Welcome. You're going to love this place." Her voice was warm and a little raspy, like she'd just woken up, and I think I fell in love right then. "Thanks," I managed. "Just moved here." "No way. Where from?" "Boston." "East Coast. I'm from Philly originally. We're practically neighbors." She handed me my drink with a grin. "I drew you a tree." Because Portland. Very original, I know. I looked at my cup. She'd drawn a little pine tree in the foam. It was objectively adorable. "It's perfect," I said, meaning it. "Come back tomorrow and I'll draw you something better." I came back the next day, and the day after that, and approximately 45 days after that. It became my routine. Wake up, shower, walk the 10 minutes to Moonbeam, order an oat milk latte from Jade if she was working, exchange pleasantries, leave. Some days she'd draw elaborate foam art, cats, stars, smiley faces. Some days we'd chat about the weather or weekend plans. And every single day, I'd think about asking her out and then chicken out at the last second. My best friend Danny thought I was being ridiculous. We were on the phone one night about 2 weeks into my Moonbeam routine. "Just ask her out," Danny said for probably the 5th time. "I can't just ask her out. She's working. It would be putting her in an awkward position." "Sam, she's flirting with you. The foam art, the conversation. That's not standard barista customer service. She's nice to everyone. That's literally her job. Does she give everyone her phone number?" I paused. "What?" "Check your cup." I looked at the cup sitting on my desk from that morning. There, in small, neat handwriting on the side, was a phone number. And underneath, "In case you ever want to talk about something other than coffee. Jade." My heart stopped. "Oh my God. You didn't even notice?" Danny was laughing. "Sam, you are hopeless." "What do I do?" "You text her." "I can't text her. What if it was a mistake? What if she gave me the wrong number? What if she's been waiting for you to text her and thinks you're not interested?" That thought was somehow worse than all my catastrophizing. "I'll think about it," I said. I did not text her. I saved the number in my phone as Jade Coffee and then stared at it for 20 minutes before closing the app and stress eating an entire bag of chips. The next morning, I went back to Moonbeam. Jade was there, and when I walked in, her whole face lit up. Sam, the usual? She remembered my name. I'd told her once in passing, and she remembered. Yes, please. While she made my drink, I tried to work up the courage to mention the number, to say something, anything. Instead, I just watched her work, the efficient way she moved, the little smile on her face. When she handed me the cup, I saw another number written on the side. The same number. And a new message. Just in case you lost yesterday's cup. No pressure. I looked up at her. She was watching me with this expression that was hopeful and guarded at the same time. I didn't lose it, I said quietly. No? No, I'm not great at this. At what? Texting cute baristas who are way out of my league. She laughed, surprised. Out of your league? Sam, I've been writing my number on your cup every day for 2 weeks, hoping you'd take the hint. Wait, 2 weeks? You didn't notice? I thought back. I'd been so careful not to seem like a creepy regular that I barely looked at the cups after leaving. I just noticed yesterday. She shook her head, grinning. Well, now you know. Ball's in your court. I left without texting her. Again. But I didn't throw the cup away. I added it to the collection that was starting to form on my kitchen counter. Cup number 1, with the pine tree, had started it. Now I had 14 cups with her number on them, each with slightly different messages. Hey, stranger. Still hoping. No rush. You're cute when you overthink. That last one made me wonder if she could see straight into my brain. Week 3, Danny came to visit. She took one look at my kitchen counter and said, Sam, what is this? Evidence. Evidence of what? That you're a coward? That someone might actually be interested in me and I'm too scared to find out. Danny picked up one of the cups, read the message, and looked at me with something between pity and exasperation. She's writing you messages, Sam. Personal messages. This isn't just, here's my number in case you want to order catering. This is, I like you. Please text me. What if I text her and it's awkward? What if we go out and she realizes I'm boring? What if it's great? Danny interrupted. What if she's as into you as you are into her? What if you're throwing away something good because you're too afraid of it not being perfect? I didn't have an answer to that. The cups kept coming, every day a new message. Jade was persistent in the most endearing way possible. Day 23. I'm impressed by your commitment to this cafe. You know, at some point this becomes a rom-com meet cute. My hand is cramping from writing this every day. I promise I'm not a serial killer. Okay, maybe a little bit of a serial killer, but in a cute way. By week 6, my collection had grown to 35 cups. I'd stopped throwing them away entirely. They lined my counter, my windowsill, my desk, a shrine to my own inability to take a risk. I started noticing other things too. The way Jade's smile seemed a little dimmer when I didn't acknowledge the number. The way she'd watch me leave like she was hoping I'd turn around. The way she started adding little drawings next to her number. Stars, hearts, tiny coffee beans. Week 8. Something changed. I walked in and Jade wasn't smiling when she saw me. She was polite, professional, but the warmth was dialed back. The usual? She asked. Please. She made my drink in silence. When she handed it to me, there was no number, no message, just my name and a basic heart in the foam. My stomach dropped. I'd waited too long. She'd given up. I went home and stared at the 46 cups on my counter and felt like the biggest idiot in the world. She'd put herself out there 46 times, and I'd been too scared to respond once. That night, I drafted about 200 texts and deleted all of them. Hey, it's Sam from the coffee shop. Too obvious. Hi, sorry I took so long to text. Too apologetic. I'm the weird girl who kept not texting you. Too self-deprecating. I fell asleep without sending anything. The next morning, I went to Moonbeam determined to fix this. Jade was there, and when she saw me, she smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. The usual? Actually, can we talk after your shift? She paused, studying my face. I'm off at 2. I'll wait. I spent 3 hours in that coffee shop, pretending to work on my laptop, but mostly just spiraling. What was I going to say? How did you apologize for 46 days of radio silence? At 2:03, Jade came out from behind the counter, apron off, bag over her shoulder. She nodded toward a table in the corner, and we sat. So, she said. So, I echoed. I'm really bad at this. At? People. Dating. Putting myself out there. All of it. I took a breath. You've been amazing. Funny and patient and so clear about being interested. And I just froze. Not because I'm not interested. I'm very interested. But because I have this thing where I convince myself that anyone who shows interest must not really know me, and once they do, they'll leave. So I just don't let people in. Jade was quiet for a moment. That sounds exhausting. It is. And lonely. Very. She leaned back in her chair. Can I ask why you're telling me this now, after 2 months of nothing? Because today you didn't write your number on my cup, and I realized I'd blown it, and I don't want to be the person who lets fear make all my decisions anymore. So you're here because you think you lost your chance? I'm here because I don't want to lose my chance, even if I already have. Jade was quiet, considering. Then she pulled out her phone, opened something, and turned it to show me. It was a Notes app entry titled Sam Coffee Girl. She'd been keeping track too. Little observations. Laughs at my terrible jokes. Always says thank you. Wears the same gray jacket every day. Has the saddest eyes when she thinks no one's looking. I felt my throat tighten. I stopped writing my number because I thought maybe I was making you uncomfortable. Jade said. Like maybe you kept coming back because you liked the coffee, not because you liked me. And I didn't want to be the barista who can't take a hint. You weren't making me uncomfortable. I was making me uncomfortable. She laughed, soft. That's a very Sam thing to say. I have 46 cups with your number on them, I blurted. Lined up in my kitchen. I kept every single one because I couldn't throw them away, but I was too scared to text you. Jade stared at me. You kept them? All of them. That's either incredibly romantic or a little concerning. Both. Definitely both. She shook her head, smiling for real this time. You are so weird. I know. I like weird. My heart did something complicated. Yeah? Yeah. She pulled out a Sharpie from her bag, grabbed a napkin, and wrote her number. Again. 47th time's the charm. I took the napkin. I promise I'll text you this time. Don't promise, just do it. Right now? I'm literally sitting across from you. I know, but this way it's official. I pulled out my phone, typed in the number I'd already memorized, and sent, Hi, I'm the disaster lesbian who's been collecting your coffee cups like trophies. Want to grab coffee sometime? Somewhere that's not your workplace? Her phone buzzed. She read it, looked up at me and laughed. Took you long enough. I'm working on my timing. Work faster. She stood up. I have plans tonight, but tomorrow, there's a coffee shop across town that does terrible foam art. Want to make fun of it with me? That sounds perfect. 6 p.m.? I'll be there. She smiled, squeezed my shoulder as she passed, and left. I sat there for another 10 minutes, staring at our text thread, feeling like I'd just done something terrifying and brave and maybe life-changing. Our first date was exactly what I needed. Low pressure, lots of laughing, and Jade being patient with my nervous rambling. She told me about growing up in Philly, her dreams of opening her own cafe someday, her obsession with bad reality TV. I told her about my job, my move to Portland, my collection of coffee cups that I still hadn't thrown away. You really kept all of them? She asked. I have a whole shrine. It's borderline creepy. It's endearing. You're being generous. I'm being honest. She reached across the table and took my hand. You spent 2 months too scared to text me, but you kept every single cup. That says something. That I'm a hoarder with commitment issues? That you cared. You just needed time to be ready. I looked at our hands, her fingers laced with mine, and felt something settle in my chest. I'm glad I finally texted you. Me too. Even if it took 47 tries. We've been together for 6 months now. Jade still works at Moonbeam, though she's saving up to open her own place. I still go in for my morning latte, but now when she hands me my cup, she leans over the counter and kisses me instead of writing her number. I finally threw away most of the cups, except for the first one, with the pine tree, and number 47, with please. Those are on my bookshelf, a reminder that sometimes the scariest thing is also the best thing. The barista wrote her number on my cup 47 times before I finally texted back. If there's someone writing their number on your metaphorical coffee cup, reaching out, putting themselves out there, waiting for you to be brave, don't wait 47 tries. Don't let fear make your decisions. Text them back. The worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work out. But the best thing that can happen? Everything.